Oh, I may ask, call you by the full name, first name?
Yeah, please call me Aditya.
Okay. So,
right, I'm now looking at you, or
no, just look at me, you know.
Thank you.
Good morning again, and welcome again, and I'm happy that you're here. It's the first forum since the forming our new organization, the 1st of April. That's quite an important momentum for us, because being here together as one procurement organization, of course. Together, okay? So the objective of the forum is to discuss our strategy roadmap and other initiatives, and we're going to show you also where we are on certain projects, and sharing and learning, and of course getting to know each other. But there are a few people here who never met each other, and we're doing the same kind of work, and it's I think it's very good.
So, can you tell me where you're from on the globe?
Where am I from? I'm from here. That's the Netherlands.
So I originally belong to India.
I'm from the United Kingdom.
So I was born and I grew up here in Wales.
We are from Thailand. Where is it? Here. Okay. This one.
In terms of are we on the right track, I think I could stop my presentation there. That's it, I'm over. But I think...
The things that I've heard that GPMT need to address are, well, what about our career development? What is the sector approach? What is the hub approach? And let's make sure we don't have a them and us. Let's make sure that people have transparency and that they feel that they can progress and their careers aren't stifled in any way due to geography, due to the fact that they're not in a sector, etc. And that is something we at GPMT are very conscious of, and it's something that we acknowledge if we're going to get the best out of our people, because it's all of our ambitions, if we're going to be a global community, that everyone is encouraged and is allowed to develop to their full potential.
Cultural awareness we can change. The mindset we can change. The communication systems we can change. So what that says to us is that all of those things we as a team can influence and change, and they're not barriers, but they're just things that we need to be aware of.
In 3, 4, 5 years or so, it needs to be fully green. Not for the 100% one, but just for the, let's say, the ambition in the show. And I said, we, as customers, said, enough is enough. I said, well, how's about the tin that you use? How about the coal that you use? Of the sorry, that they buy, and the service.
I have a question. My world-class computer exchange.
Actually, every nationality in the team has a very good point. It's the entrepreneurship of India.
We give a lot of value to ethics, you know. We have some ethical standard and we practice that and we follow that.
Spiritual from Thailand.
Thai business is quite compromised.
Helping each other.
Helping each other.
The British approach of structured business goals.
When we talk about business in Britain, it's quite Anglo-Saxon, it's quite straightforward.
French culture, it's like planning.
We're very direct. I think we are open. We tell what we think in a positive and in a negative way.
We don't have some visionary and some inspirational thinking perhaps from time to time.
Well, the business way out there is very, very simple. It's more person to person. It's more about how you feel the others. It's a relationship business, and it's about respect for each other.
You may recall we as customers, said enough is enough.
And so every culture has its own aspects which you can use. And that's, I think you're enriching actually your management team and your decision making by having all these cultures.
So that really finishes it all off.
It's got a bit of a hard this is
Global right. Yes, but with a note, there's some notes of caution. Why do we think it's global is right? We are a global company, Tata Steel Group. We are a global brand as well, and it's only appropriate, therefore, that we're showing a consistent single face to market. We have a wealth of experience, knowledge, and potential best practice out there, somewhere, spread around the world, and we need to be able to find a way of harnessing that. Our area of caution was that global sounds great, but actually it's not a low-cost route to go down. And when we say low cost, we weren't talking about dollars. We were talking about things like complexity, speed of decision making, and visibility and accountability across the organisation. So what did we think the single theme of addressing those was? And we thought it was all in making the right choices. And some of the choices that we thought were what should be global and what should be local. How do we combine the best of global and local once we've made that decision? We also think we need the strength to be able to change and rechange. Now that's as us, as individuals, this is a big change process we're going through, but it's also the procurement function itself.
We like to have control. That's the way that we've generally operated. So if I own a segment or a category, I like to feel that I own it. And you need to trust your colleagues because they're going to be doing this activity on your behalf.
Because don't forget, all the people in this being here, they are the people who have to implement the strategy and all the action points. And to have them fully involved and engaged is really necessary.
We had a good discussion about global community as well, I think. But
really good ideas coming from Chiquita, particularly about the thinking globally, acting locally.
I'm eating very local stuff.
It's Indian rice, Dutch meatballs.
So we got a combination of the Indian and the global. It is about the different flavors, and every flavor makes a meal.
I think most of the people that come to the forum already been interacting now for 2 or 3 years with Tata Steel, and they think global. I guess the challenge is that we're starting to think global, but there's still a lot of local pressures. And how do we use the global capability to improve our local operations?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to do a stepwise approach. So we define the approach, we define what's got to be done, and then we make a global approach, but we act locally.
Right now, we think global,
but we act locally. So we actually deploy it locally.
And that means just taking that best knowledge and experience and taking it into the businesses that you support and manage.
So we find out what is going to work, what's best practice, we benchmark against each other, and then we take up specific projects in each region and deploy it with the people there. So there's strong ownership at the local region.
think global, and
but acting locally.
We had a very good discussions, because I assume you had, because otherwise I would have gotten that feedback on the direction of the procurement function. You're going to get feedback again on strategy, roadmap, and projects we're going to do. Of course, you already can take local initiatives there, but you share with your staff all the things you have discussed. I hope you will bring this positive message to home and discuss it again with your teams. Now, actually, this is the point where we're going for the next phase. We're going to do SRM. We're going to do CSR, we do spend visibility, talent management, and, but also there are other things we have to start. How do we proceed with the McKinsey benchmark? The implementation of the operating model is something we have to do. And of course, you too, as leaderships, a leadership team from procurement who should come out with ideas how we're going to implement these things too. And you will discuss it also in your own regional hubs and in the central team, of course. Can you hands up if you meet expectations or? Yeah. Well, that's it. Very good. Thanks again.
You think that it's going to do any difference after 2 days?
Absolutely, I'm convinced about that, because then we get a more insight and bottom-up idea in the direction we're heading.
Yes, now I have the connections.
Some 50 people will have met together, they'll have worked together, they'll have eaten and drunk together, they'll have got a much better understanding of the diversity that we've got within Tata Steel.
So the light's going to burn in the globe.
Enlightened, absolutely, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, okay. There he goes, enlightened.
Wow.
It's not difficult.
Most important effect is that we create a family, we create a team, we share our goals, we understand each other better. We may debate, we may argue, but we will surely collaborate better.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic when you look at the geographical spread between us all, that we can meet and we can share so much and find out how much in common we have. Yes, it's magic.
Look, it's glowing.
I'm very, very happy and I'm contented and I'm feeling very energized.
Smile.